Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Qamar MoonBoy channel, and this is a new video for you. Do you like my video so that I can create more for you by clicking on this like button, and also subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed my channel till now, and also press on the bell icon if you're not getting this notification for my channel. You will get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you.
Here we have different modules here in this template. This is a quick template where we can, in grid dimensions, the plan, we can give the x and y direction, number of grids and the spacing between them, and we can specify the grid labeling. Here we have the grid labels, so we can click on this and we can go for the grid labels here, a b c d or 1 2 3 4, that we can give it. So here we have the story data, that is the bottom story and the top story, the number of stories. We can give the height difference also. So based on the type of building, we can give the height of the story different. Then we have the custom grid spacing that we can give it here. We can do it from here, or we can go for blank and we can go to edit and we can give the grid data. Here we can go for edit grid data. The same thing we will be seeing in the edit option, and here we can give the edit story data. The same thing we will be seeing in the edit option later. So we have below that add structural objects. We can add us, that is, these two are blank or grids, and then after that we have here the structural data, like we can add the steel deck building or a staggered truss building. So the steel building, these two are steel buildings. In this we have the steel type of building with I sections column, and staggered truss building is nothing but you will be having the staggered truss, both sides, two sides of the building. Here we have the flat slab building, and flat slab with the perimeter beam, that is the outside will be, there will be a beam. And we have the waffle slab building. Here you have a waffle sections with minor flat slab and combination, uh, that is perimeter beam and all combinations we are having in waffle slab. Then we have two-way slab or ribbed slab. This kind of building we can use for concrete buildings. Directly we can create the concrete building any number of stories if it is a regular shape building. So for creating a regular shape building directly, you can use this last option. Okay, so by that all this thing is explained well. If you have any doubt, or if you want to know any particular type of building, you can ask me or see me in my other videos, which links I will be giving you at the last of the video, or the document with attached with this video. So or I will give you in the description. So this total playlist of videos will be having the general videos, where you can find how to create one type of building using these quick options. Now let us start with a blank building, and click on OK. So here we doesn't have anything, just we have a blank space. So here at the 3D space, here this is the plan space. Here number of stories is 4 it is showing, but I have not used, I have not given any story data, so it is has taken 4 directly, but without any grids. So let us go to the base. Here these are the icons where you can go for base and top and bottom. Okay, so let us go for the base, and now let us create the building out of it. So here you can see on the left side you have the icons of that is these are the quick icons for drawing or creating the model. And you are having here arrow and select object, that is reshape an object. Here you have a beam, draw beam option. Okay, and here you have the quick beam option, quick column option. Here you have the draw column option, and you have here You have here the secondary beams option for the rigid, that is ribbed slab, and you have here the quick braces option for the side bracings of the building. Here you have the draw slab, that is floor or wall. You can draw a slab or wall using this, and you have the rectangular slab and a quick slab. These are the different options. We are having the wall, draw walls option. We are having the, here we have the uh, quick wall system, quick draw wall system. You are having here next draw wall openings. These are all drawing options. We are having draw links. You can draw the links using like springs or spring link or damper link. Then you have a wall stack, number of stacks. Here you have the design strip you can give to the floor or slab. Here you can give the tendons to the floor. So these are all the options. Here having the model explorer here. If you close by mistake, you can go to display and you can go for the options, and here you can go for the show model explorer. You can go for option and go for the show model explorer if you close it by mistake, so that you can work from here also directly to the into the model, and you can display each and everything in this model explorer. So here you have the tables, reports, everything ready up to where you will work. You can directly find out here in the model explorer. And here at the bottom you have these selection options. These are the selection options: select all, select previous selection, clear selection, or the selection using the intersection line. That is using an intersecting line. If you drag a line, within that line whatever is coming, that will get selected automatically. So these are all selection options. Then we have the file option. You can see already previously all these things are were not working. Now we can see all these things are present. We can open, close, save as, import, export, everything we can do out of this option. You can check one by one, and you can the print all the graphics here. So these options we can see one after other as it is, as it required. Then now we will go for the edit option, and we will see for the edit grid option. We can go for go to the directly to the edit stories and grid system. Before that, going to this edit stories and grid system, you can see at the right corner of the bottom, and that is right bottom corner, you can see here X, Y, Z. Here we have selected the plan view, and in this X, Y, Z the coordinates are given. So, and we are having here the number of story selection. All stories we are working together, similar stories or one story, so that we can select. Here the coordinate system, the global coordinate system or G1 coordinate system. G1 is the nothing but the same as the global coordinate system here, because G1 is the model for the model. uh, and here you can see the units that we have selected SI units. For that, what are the items and what are their units label, you can see. So here you can have the structure area in meter square, length in mm, area of rebar in mm square, rebar length in meters, and you are having the temperature in centigrade and stress in MPa, that is megapascal Newton per meter square. So we are having all these options here on the left. This is a 3D view, this is a plan view. Now these are the below options where we have we can work with directly from the icons, or we can go from the top menus, all the templates from these templates. So one after another we will go to these tabs, and we will see how to use all of these. Let us go for the first option, that is edit. Because this is a brief exclusive video for you, I am going one after another explaining each and every term which you will not be finding in other videos. So let us go to the edit stories. Here we have edit stories and grid system. So click on this and you have the edit story and grid system data pop up. In this pop up you will be finding the story data and the grid system data. So let us just create the number of stories first. Then we will be fixing the grids, number of grids required. So let us go to this story data. So here we have a base and story 1 2 3 4. I can give my own name or when own own names and own height of the different stories, and I can make the similar stories as required. So I will be explaining you why these different kind of stories are required, why we need to fix the similar story, so that you will understand when we are going for drawing this model. So that will be very important. So story data plays an important role when we are going for working for a similar kind of stories in a model. So let us go for this, and we can go for this modify show story data, or we can quickly add a story one over the other using the last story. That is, if you add a one quick add story, it will be adding one more story above that previous story using the last story data. Means whatever the data is having in the story number 4 to 3 to 4, that will be used, and it will draw another story that is 4 to 5. So if you click on refresh view, here you can see the total stories is now 5 story and having the z is equals to 15 meters. So that is height of the building is been added. You can add quickly add one more story, that is 6 story, and if we click on the refresh view, it will show the one more story has been added. So like that you can add quickly add one story, and we can take up to 10 floors. Let us say you can click on refresh view, and you can see that the 10th story and the height of the building is 30 meters. So like that you can one by one you can add, and you can go for the multiple story building. Quickly add, and you can set the names. So you can set the story default name. So if you have changed the names of the stories, then you can set this to set back to the story default name, that is story 1 2 3 4, like this. So let us go for modify and show data. That is how we are going to modify the story. Here you can see that these are not similar to like the above one. Every story is a master story. Here we have the story data. Here we have the base. We can write here the foundation. Here we can add the plinth level. Okay, here we can give this to be the cellar flow, ground flow, flow 1, flow 2, flow 3. Okay, floor 4. Floor 6 and floor 7. So these are the different floor data. I can change the story elevation. Here the foundation is at 0 elevation. You can set the elevation to, if you are want from the RLs of the actual RLs of the, that is from the mean sea level, then you can add it here, and the foundation will be there in that level. And then we have the plinth level at, let us say, 2 meters, so it will be coming here 2 meters. So automatically the elevation of the building will be changing. Then the cellar floor is at 2.8 meters, that is 2.8 meters. Then you are having the ground floor from the cellar floor will be 2.8 meters. Then ground floor to, that is first floor, that is first slab. This floor 1 is nothing but the first slab of the building, let us say. Then this will is 3 meters, 3 meters, and 3 meters, 3 meters, 3 meters, 3 meters. Okay. Finally, you have the total elevation of the building. Each floor I am taking 3 meters. Now I will make the up to ground floor, that is from the plinth level to the cellar floor, and cellar floor to ground floor there will be parking, and the up to the ground floor slab I will make it as a master story, and I'll make the floor 7 as the another master story, because this configuration will be repeating on all this floor, and this configuration of ground floor will be repeating on all the cellar floors. So this is not a master story, this is not a master story, this is not a master story, this is not a master story. So did you understood what is master story? Master story is the story which is you are taking as a base, and the similar kind of story you are going to repeat on the other floors. So that will be a master story for you. Uh, so you can take the top floor as a master story and you can repeat at the bottom, or you can take a bottom story as a master story and you can repeat at the top. So any way you can do it. So here you have here we have the floor 7 as master story. So you can select here the, it is similar, floor 6 is similar to floor 7, floor 5 is similar to floor 7, floor 4 is similar to floor, okay. Here you can take all this, and floor 1 is similar to floor 7. Then the master story you cannot select this to similar to, because it cannot, it is a unique, typical unique section, that is unique floor. Now you have a cellar floor that is similar to your ground floor, and plinth level is not similar. Plinth level, obviously it is not similar to other floors, it is not containing any slabs but the plinth beams only, so it is not a floor actually. So you are not, it is not similar to any floor, okay. So that, so have you understood what is the kind of why we are using this similar to option? So let us go for it, that we can make similar to any master story type using this, and while we are using the draw option we will be using this similar to option here in the one story similar stories option, and we will make it useful for while drawing. So you'll understand while drawing this. So what is a splice story? If we want to divide the story in number of splices, so you can uh, keep it here, splice 1 2 3 4 like that. So if you have the splice like a staircase, if you want to keep, so half of the story you can you want to splice, means you can do it using this, and you can give the splice height as 1.5 if, for the height of that story, and you can keep different color for the stories. That is possible in this. So let us go for it. uh, as it is, you can choose different colors. We can click on refresh view and click on OK. Since no grid we have kept in this, that's why it is not showing the number of floors actually. But here you can see the z is equals to 28.6 has been the elevation of the building has been changed after refreshing the view. You click on OK and you will be coming back to the edit story and grid data system option. Now you can see the number of floors and here in the story data. Okay, so you have understood what is quickly add, how to quickly add. It will create a master story, and it will be using the last story data from the previous story. So here you have a grid system. The grid system here, it is a G1 grid system. Using this G1 grid system is nothing but from the global grid system only, which is having the 0 comma 0 comma 0 as the coordinate system of XYZ axis. So let us go for this grid system and let us create a building, multi-story building with number of spans and in the X and Y direction, and let us give this grid system.